Hello everyone, my name is Winters and welcome back to this Let's Play series of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. We are continuing on exactly from where we left off. We have two orders in the garage, however we're going to check here for any new orders or experience orders, and that's not one, that's not one, that's not one, that's not one, and neither is that. So, we're going to work on these two cars for this episode. So let's check this one. Loud exhaust, gearbox, hard to find gears. Okay, that seems simple enough. This one, find and fix any running gear problems. Car's hard to control. Right, let's move it to the test path. And we will see if there's anything with brakes or suspension. So we'll track out the front brakes, which seem pretty okay actually, on both sides, left and right. Next up is the rear brakes. Again, not bad, pretty good actually on both the left and right wheels. So next up is the front suspension. See what that's like. Front left is okay, front right is not great, 28%. So there is definitely some stuff there that needs some work. And we'll get a look at the rear suspension now, and they look okay. So some rubber bushings, shock absorber, and a suspension arm. Okay, so at least we were able to identify some of the stuff there. So now we'll move the car to lifter A, and we'll get her up on the first stage, and we'll pop the hood, and we'll do some tests. Just for pig iron, and we'll see how everything is. So first up, let's track out the tires, just for the sake of thoroughness. I can already see the suspension arm that needs replacing. It's there on the left. Alright, tires are okay. Next up, we'll track out the electronics. So time to pull out the multimeter. Everything okay there. Next up is a compression test. I would imagine everything's going to be okay here with this. Yep, all average across the board. Doesn't have an OBD port on it, so that just leaves a fuel pressure test, which is probably going to be okay as well. But we'll soon find out here in a second. Yep, all okay. Right, let's mark off the stuff that we found. So there's a rubber bushing, shock absorber, wishbone, suspension arm. Right, that might be the steering rack maybe. So let's lift the car up. And we'll pull off the wheels. Let's get this upper suspension arm. Something tells me I have one of those in stores. I might be wrong though. That front end link B needs to be replaced. Inner and outer tie rod needs to be replaced. Steering rack looks okay. Bottom suspension arm. Some rubber bushings that need replacing. Let's have a look over here. Inner and outer tie rods look alright. Right, back over to this side. Let's see what we found. We found the sway bar front end link B. Still a part that's not discovered. I wonder what that could be. There's the inner and outer tie rods. What could that be? Could it be the bearing? Oh, look at this. I doubt it's the bearing. No, it's not. This is very rusty. There we go, front wheel hub. That's exactly what it was. Front wheel hub. Alright, let's start buying parts. Now, I'm not going to keep everything in my head, so we're going to be doing a lot of back and forth. Brakes didn't need work. Brake discs didn't need work. So sway and link B, we need one of those. We need, damn, I can't remember the shock absorber. I can't remember what type it was. We need a inner and outer tie rod. I have bushings. We need an upper suspension arm. And I think it's just this one. I don't think it's suspension arm B. We will come back. Oh, the wheel hub. Mustn't forget the wheel hub. Wheel hub. Front wheel hub. That's the one that we want. Okay. Let's get the bearing back in. Upper suspension arm, yep. New bushings. Lower suspension arm, or we'll do the inner tie rod maybe first. Alright, bottom suspension arm was fine with new bushings. It'll be perfect. Sway and link. Now, it's a double wishbone shock absorber. Okay. Let's break apart the old one. Do you know what I think? We might keep the spring. Alright, double wishbone shock absorber. Shock. Should find it for us. Double wishbone shock absorber. And a front shock absorber cap. Take those out. Let's put the new one. Yeah, there's the second-hand spring. That'll be fine. I hope, anyway. I guess once we put it in, we'll find out. Alright, let's take a ganders. Done, 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 done. Sweet! Job is done. Wunderbar! Alright, let's get everything back together and finish this order. Alright, the other side there was nothing taken off, so now we can drop the car. Sweet. So that's everything. So we spent 650 on parts and we're getting 1,400 back in return. Not too shabby. Right, we're going to quickly... How are we doing on time? 8 minutes. Wow, that was fast. Right, we're going to look for experience orders here, see if there are any. If they're not experienced, we're going to dismiss them. So we'll take this one. And we're going to work on this car here, which was all exhaust and gearbox stuff, wasn't it? If I remember correctly. Let's get it up on the first level. We don't need to put it through the test path. So we can just start working on it straight away. Exhaust, gearbox, gearbox, gearbox. Right, so let's see. Can we get the starter? Where's the starter? Yeah, starter has to come off first, then we can lift the car up. Let's get her up to the highest level. Alright, tell you what, let's examine stuff like so. That has to be replaced. That has to be replaced. So let's get the middle muffler out, and we need to take off the manifold. So we do have to actually get into the engine bay. Not the end of the world. We'll work on the gearbox stuff first. So I'm guessing The whole gearbox, yeah, look at that. The whole gearbox has to be replaced. And as well as the release bearing, the pressure plate, the clutch plate, and probably the flywheel. And the flywheel, indeed. Okay. Let's start buying stuff. Gearbox. Gearbox even. It was an i4. This is the one. Now we need clutch. We need a clutch plate. We need a pressure plate. We need a release bearing, and we need a flywheel. Flywheel. We need a middle muffler. Middle muffler. There we go. Exhaust. That's for when we come back to it. Alright. Now we'll work on the gearbox stuff. Get the flywheel in. Next up is the clutch plate, then the pressure plate, then the release bearing, and finally the gearbox itself. Sweet, we did get the right one. Alright, now we'll get the prop shaft on, or the drive shaft. Same thing. Okay. Next, we'll drop the car down. We'll get the exhaust manifold off. We'll put the starter back on. Right, so that exhaust manifold needs to be replaced, and that exhaust section needs to be replaced. So let's work on it like so. Wonderful. Alright, starter, before I forget it. And car goes back up. We'll get that exhaust section out. So it's front exhaust section I6. Alright, I need to remember that. Front exhaust section I6. Front exhaust section I6. Here it is, front exhaust section I6. Alright, we're going to have to come back there now to get the manifold, which is fine because we're going to have to drop the car down anyway. So we'll get that in there. We will drop the car down all the way, and we'll get these exhaust manifolds back on now. So it's exhaust manifold I6. I should ooh, hang on a second. Do you know what? Here, quickly do it. Front exhaust section. No, what was it? Exhaust. Damn it. Exhaust manifold I6, wasn't it? So where's the manifolds? All right, manifold I6. We're close. Here we go. Lovely. Get the second hand one back on there. Okay, do you know what? I think that's the order done. Let's have our ganders. All done there, all done there, all done there, and all done there. Sweet. So we spent 3,100 on parts, and we're getting 9,500 back in return. How are we doing on time? 15 minutes. We can start our next order. Actually, do you know what we'll do before that? We'll check the phone, see what orders we have. We'll dismiss any non-experienced ones. which they all are. So we're going to work on this one. And do you know what? I hate this now because it's probably going to be a big order. Suspension, running gear, loud when accelerating, repair damaged body parts. Do you know what? We'll put the car into lifter A and we'll finish up the episode here. And here's why. We're in almost 16 minutes now, and that job is going to take quite a while. So we rather than the episode running longer, because we've had a lot of episodes that went on like 45 minutes. So for a change, we'll have one that finishes a bit early. I know we done that a couple of episodes ago as well, but that's fine. It's not the end of the world. Thanks a million for watching though, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. Keep that support coming. It means an awful lot to me and makes a huge difference. So thank you all for that. My name is Winters and I'll catch you next time. So until then, take care.